Hello, I am Riley and I am currently studying a Bachelor in Exercise Sports Science. I have created and designed an intervention for a population for the potential hope to better Australia. The purpose of this intervention is to prevent or reduce the current trend in chronic diseases, obesity, unhealthy weight gain. This intervention hopes to increase children's overall health, physical activity participation, reduce obesity levels within children and increase sporting participation rates. It will target normal and overweight third grade primary school children aged 8 to 9 years old. This study will have 50 participants for testing and analysis. Gender will have no significant effect. This young age is key to creating more habitual exercise, sport recognition and fun, while countering Australia's huge increase in chronic disease. This is an immense importance to discovering the factors of which affect the type, frequency, duration and intensity of children's physical activity behaviour. Physical activity, exercise and sporting activities hold detrimental consequences on children's behaviour, health and psychological well-being. Physical activity is any bodily movement produced by skeletal muscles that expends energy. The increase of technology, gaming, television, fast food and busy lifestyles has created a more sedentary lifestyle amongst the general population. Adults and children are doing less physical activity, creating massive increases of cardiovascular disease, respiratory disease, cancer, and diabetes within Australia. Within adults, physical activity is a contributor to overall good health, promoting healthy weight, obesity, and aids in the reduction of chronic disease risk. Australian physical activity guidelines for adults aged 18 to 64 should accumulate 150 to 300 minutes of moderate intensity physical activity or 75 to 150 minutes of vigorous intensity physical activity each week. This recommendation is not being met by the adult population. Studies have found obese children may be at increased risk of becoming obese adults. About a third, 26 to 41% of obese preschool children were obese as adults, and about half, 42 to 63% of obese school-aged children were obese as adults. 1 in 4 Australian children aged 2 to 17 were overweight or obese in 2014 to 2015. Therefore, this intervention will target grade 3 school-aged children 8 to 9. This target population will be easy to address and will have a successful enrolment due to schools the population is already grouped and collected. By doing this, obesity rates will drop within the specific populations and further decrease adult obesity and chronic risk factors in the future. The aim or goals of this intervention is to increase physical activity, reduce obesity levels within children and increase supporting participation rates. By increasing physical activity within school-aged children, risk of future obesity and chronic disease risk is lowered. Becoming more physically active will increase quality of life, regulate healthy weight and potentially increase of participation within sport. Participation within sport is associated with documented physical, social, emotional, educational and psychological benefits lasting into adulthood. In 2008, 30.2% of youth aged 6 to 12 were active to a healthy level through sport, organised or unstructured. By 2015, that number had dropped to 26.6%. This decrease in sporting participation directly correlates to the increase in sedentary lifestyle, chronic disease risk, and increased obesity rates in children and adults. The school-aged children will have mass taken weekly along with skin folds, surveyed participation rates and activity levels daily. On completion of the intervention, children will be asked to complete a physical activity enjoyment scale, PACES, a reliable and valid indication of supposed enjoyment. These anthropometric measurements and survey questionnaires will display the intervention's effectiveness. The use of mass will allow the results to be interpreted by general population and will be simplistic for data and analysis. The use of skin folds over BMI improves accuracy, reliable, and is valid in analysis. The collection of body fat percentage will correlate directly to the intervention's effectiveness. Physical activity being monitored could correlate to the documented physical, social, emotional, educational, and psychological benefits if habitual exercise were to last into adulthood, thus showing the intervention to have a sustained influence even till adulthood. The physical activity enjoyment scale will consolidate its sticking power and can give birth to future modifications and feedback. Enjoyment and fun is at the heart of childhood, hence the measurement is that ultimate value of success. Statistical analysis will be done through Excel on all 50 participants. Mean, standard deviation and a correlation test will be used. By comparing mean skin folds, mass and participation rates each week, graphs and trend lines can be created and displayed. The ideal success is a decrease in mass within obese, overweight children, decrease in body fat percentage within high or above average body fat participants, noted increased physical activity participation and sporting participation within most participants, and a strong level of enjoyment registered from the results of PACES questionnaire for all children participating. The intervention is an 8-week program ran within the Australian school terms, therefore ran 4 times a year. It will run twice a week, once by the intervention creator and once by the school staff. Each week is a set sport plan or activity plan, allowing the staff to learn the lesson plan before running it on their own. Each lesson will be a group-based lesson plan, allowing class sizes ranging from 8 to 18 children participating. The lesson will run for 45 minutes, adding up to 90 minutes a week, of moderate to vigorous exercise. Each week will be a different sport-based games mixed with simplistic fun activities. All weeks will have an underlying fitness tone to it, allowing each week to exuberate results within the data. Example would include: this below is a weekly lesson plan example for soccer. At the end of every session, each participant will get a stamp and a sticker to increase adherence. The incorporation of a gift or external reward for finishing will replicate sporting seasons or trophies and allow children to create a positive psychological connection to physical activity and sporting participation. Thank you for your time and your consideration. Please consider the application of this proposed intervention.